time is ripe. The world is ready. You are going to experience literally Paramashiva. Most powerful, intangible but definitive, intense processes. This is the most powerful spiritual nuclear explosion, the strong force of Kailasa landing on planet Earth directly. One thing I can be sure, you will not exist end of the program. I can guarantee that. Only Paramashiva will be there. I welcome all of you, the whole world, to come and celebrate, enjoy not only the enlightenment ecosystem, the beauty of how it is getting revived. Be an insider for this great revival process. If you are an insider even for a startup company, you will understand not only the result of the company, even that being an insider is such a joy. Being an insider when it was happening is something extraordinary. So, I welcome all of you to come and be part of an insider of this revival of Kailasa, the enlightenment ecosystem, sovereign order of Kailasa, Kailasa nation itself. I request and welcome, invite all of you to become e-Kailasian. Get your free e-passport and make billions receive this free e-passport. What I mean by the word e-Kailasa, listen intensely. Enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself, in your own home, wherever you are. If you cannot come to Kailasa, it's okay. Kailasa can come to you. Kailasa coming to you is e-Kailasa. Kailasa is the totality of the knowledge I received from my gurus and practice manifested in my life, perfected by teaching millions of people from all cultures, time zones, backgrounds, genders, nationality, race, from every creed. So this absolutely perfected knowledge available to you, served to you in your home without even you moving out of your couch, free of cost.
Modern science says that all that exists, whether manifest or unmanifest, is a probability. Infinite probabilities create a quantum field of infinite potential. An observer collapses the probability wave into a particle. Your intention thus creates the reality. Called the observer effect, it is the very act of observation that precipitates any reality into existence. Hinduism is far advanced than this primitive understanding in the modern day. Hindus know this field of infinite potential as Paramashiva. Paramashiva permeates everything, manifest and unmanifest. He is intelligent, compassionate, and a myriad other auspicious qualities. Our scriptures provide detailed descriptions of how to invoke His presence on the earthly plane, the visualizations that manifest Him, the mantras, sounds that invoke Him, how He looks, His various dimensions, the actions that please Him and have His blessings rain on you, the times in the past when He has manifested for us and led us through a breakthrough. Hinduism knows the art of communing with Paramashiva to manifest any reality we want. And when our effort and all the knowledge isn't enough, He Himself incarnates in human body to show us how, to liberate us, to show us where we are stuck, to take us to oneness. Pratyaksha Pada Puja to His Divine Holiness Paramahamsa Nithyananda, Paramashiva incarnate. Sit at His sacred feet, let Him awaken you to your field of infinite possibilities, to your oneness with Him. Register now, Pratyaksha Pada Puja.
KAILASA is proper customized spiritual service helping you to identify your root patterns of suffering. We have perfected the science of helping every individual from every cultural, religious, nationality background. You will have lowest reactionary assumptions, highest awakened response, alive response for life continuously. I'll start from the basics and give you the best of the best of Vedas and Agamas. Listen. Purpose of life is enlightenment. Enlightenment means having Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om 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 Nithyananda.
Nithyanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvaditam Gagana Sadrisham Tattvamasyaadhilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamajalam Sarvade Sakshibhutam Bhavadhitam Trigunarhitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Nithyanandam, welcome each and every one of you joining with us, sitting with us, watching Nithyananda TV, KAILASA's official TV channel. Today is the most awaited, most auspicious day of one of the most auspicious days of the year, and the auspicious nights as well, where we'll be celebrating the Paramashivaratri today. Before directly enter into the segment leading towards today's Nithyananda Satsangh, let me go ahead and introduce Swamiji, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and the reviver of Kailasa nation as well. Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jadguru Maha, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, is the reviver of Kailasa, the ancient enlightened Hindu civilizational nation. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is Navatar as per Hinduism and is the Supreme Pontiff, Jagadguru Maha of Hinduism. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has revived the science of power manifestation, yoga, and created temple-based universities for humanity. The Sovereign Order of Kailasa, led by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and the Nithyananda Order of monks, nuns, and Hindu diaspora, are working for global peace and to give a superconscious breakthrough to humanity. Nithyananda Hindu University, the world's largest Hindu university with extended campuses in 150 countries, is collecting, organizing, preserving, time capsuling, decoding, spreading, and reviving 20 million source books on Hinduism. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is also the 293rd Guru Mahasannidhanam of Shyamalapita Sarvagnapitam, the ancient apex body of Hinduism, as well as the present emperor of the Suryavamsha Surangi Samrajyam. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has also survived the worst persecution of multiple assassination attempts on his person and on his character by anti-Hindu elements. News and updates from Kailasa. Kailasa's Department of Religion and Worship is entering into day 10 of the Vijayotsav Brahmotsavam and day 5 of the Paramashivaratri Brahmotsavam. Celebrations as a part of the Vijayotsav Brahmotsavam are concluding today, along with the daily Kalabhairava and Chindyoma, which has been happening as a part of the Vijayotsav Brahmotsavam. Today is the 5th day of the Pachai Patni Vratam, where the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, along with devotees and disciples around the world, are observing the Vratam in accordance to the tradition of the Samayapuram Mariamman. Today is also the 8th day of the second level of the 116th batch of Nithyananda Nirahara Samyama, levels 1, 2 and 3. For more information on the Nirahara Samyama to go beyond food and to break all your food related patterns, you can visit www.befoodfree.org or visit the Facebook page facebook.com/Nithyananda Niraharis. KAILASA's Nithyananda Hindu University enters into day 11 of the Paramashivam Level 2 Season 23 program, crossing over 330 days of unbroken online services to people from over 100 different countries. Upcoming events. Today, the Maha Paramashivaratri is going to be celebrated. You can tune in live on Facebook, YouTube and on Nithyananda TV for celebrating being a part of today's grand celebrations. On the 13th of March, we have the next Paramashivam program, and on the 29th of March, we have the consecutive Paramashivam program as well. For more information on the Paramashivam program, you can visit gov.shrikailaasa.org/Paramashivoham/register. Paramashivaratri. Maha Paramashivaratri is the most auspicious night, the most auspicious occasion in the whole year for human beings to realize Paramashivoham, to be Paramashiva. It is the night when an explosion of superconscious energy happens on our planet. Vedic cosmology traces this explosion back to the Big Bang, the moment of the creation of our universe. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism says, "You spend all your nights dreaming and sleeping, but this night is to wake you up from all the dreams." This is directly quoted from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam himself. In the sacred Vedic text of Arunachala Puranam, this moment is depicted as Lord Shiva, symbol of cosmic energy, taking the form of an endless shaft of light spanning earth and the sky. Every year, by a fortunate alignment of cosmic forces, a tiny reflection of the same explosion happens on our planet on this night. Vedic science advises us to observe a fast and spend the day in whole night in prayer and meditation to prepare the body and mind to receive the huge influx of spiritual energy. The highly charged atmosphere makes meditation effortless, allowing us to leap easily into the higher states of awareness. On this night, the whole universe seems to support us for this very experience. The highly charged atmosphere makes meditation effortless, allowing us to leap easily into the altered states of consciousness. On Mahashivaratri, the whole universe supports us to experience the space of Sadashiva, of Paramashiva. And so we're actually going to be looking a little bit more into the Vedic fasting, which is being mentioned in our scriptures to be observed on the night of Maha Paramashivaratri. Now here we have a small presentation of Paramashivaratri being celebrated throughout the years. This is Shivaratri celebrated by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and by KAILASA in the year of 2003, 2005. And you can see how each and every year Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Swamiji, only takes the celebrations to the next and next levels. In 2015. And so here are some of the glimpses of Shivaratri being celebrated by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and by KAILASA happening throughout the years since 2000, 2003, 2004 and so on. Now here we're going to be looking at some statistics, some facts of the world since 2020. How the world has changed drastically since since last year, and how this night, Paramashivaratri, how being a part of it, participating in the celebration of the manifestation of Paramashiva, how it can help heal the world and bring completion to a lot of the aspects, a lot of the areas which humanity is facing and society is facing at the moment. The world since 2020. One of the number one things which has plagued the world since 2020 is the coronavirus. Since then, there have been multiple things which have been happening one after the other since the pandemic hit the world. Apart from the coronavirus, there have been 100 troops diagnosed in brain surgery, mass shootings which have been very prevalent, especially in the United States, the wildfires which have gone on for weeks at ends in California, the tornadoes which plagued the south of Texas in Nashville, Tennessee, murder hornets in Asia, locust swarms in the East Africa, and the worst economic recession since 2008 brought on by the coronavirus, and the last, racism and police violence. So these are the different types of problems which have been emerging up since the beginning of last year, and for none of these we have actually found a solution. Actually none of this have even been solved since the time of its emerging. Economic crisis. Lloyd's of London has estimated that the global insurance industry will absorb the US $204 billion loss, exceeding the losses from 2017 Atlantic hurricane season and 9/11, suggesting that the COVID-19 pandemic will likely go down as the costliest disaster ever in human history. Loss of jobs. Hundreds of millions of jobs could be lost globally. More than 40 million Americans lost their jobs and filed unemployment insurance claims, according to a United Nations Economic Commission for Latin American estimate. The pandemic-induced recession could leave 14 to 22 million more people in extreme poverty in Latin America than would have been the situation without the pandemic. Be it economically wise, for the economy as a whole and for individual people, the pandemic has affected both. It has also triggered global food supplies, global food crisis, which here we have in this snippet from an article. David Beasley, head of the World Food Programme, WFP, says, "We could be facing multiple famines of biblical proportions within a short few months." Senior officials at the United Nations estimated in April 2020 that an additional 130 million people could starve from 265 million by the end of 2020. So these famines aren't caused because of any crop failing or because as lack of farmers or because of a lack of food. It is caused fundamentally because of human greed and human fear, the insecurity of what the pandemic has inserted into them over the past couple of months. Coronavirus has affected all aspects of society, putting 106 billion students out of school and reducing 30% of investment into clean energy transmission, and pushed 135 million people into poverty and continuing to push them into poverty by the year 2030. Paramashivaratri can heal the world from the struggles it is facing. How? Here are some of the events which will be taking place today as a part of the Paramashivaratri celebrations. I have the Maha which is performed every Shivaratri in KAILASA, which helps in cleansing the karmas and the sacred chanting of Maha to the 21 feet tall Nithyananda Lingam in the Vaidya. Not only will it help cleanse the karmas of an individual person, but help collectively when multiple people from across the globe at the same time perform the Rudrabhishekam, along with the Abhishekam being performed to the Nithyananda Lingam in Vaidya. It helps to globally, collectively bring down and cleanse the karmas of the whole world. Maha Rudrabhishekam is a powerful Vedic process in which the sacred and powerful Rudram and Chamakam are chanted for radiating healing and blessing energies to the cosmos. We also have the Shiva Kundalini Dhyan, which Swamiji gives every night on the night of Shivaratri. At the very moment when the legendary revelation of light happened, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism will initiate all of us into an intense Paramashiva Kundalini meditation and into the experience of Paramashivoham. I am Paramashiva. The Shiva Kundalini Dhyan. Inner awakening awakens your inner space, the tremendous potential energy which is inside of you. Awaken that. That is what we call in tradition Kundalini awakening, the higher consciousness. See, our inner space is filled with darkness. You don't know what is happening there. 99% of your activities are done almost in darkness. You don't know why you talk the way you talk. You don't know why you like something. You don't know why you hate something. You don't know why you behave the way you behave. You don't know anything. You don't know why you look the way you look. You don't know why you act the way you act. All the activities are happening in a deep darkness, which is dangerous not only for you, but for the people who are living around you as well. Understand? Awakening in your inner space, the ideal of Shiva, is a being whose inner space is completely awakened, who is living in light, radiating the energy. If inner awakening happens in you, you are living as Shiva. So, this Shivaratri, we dedicate to awaken the Kundalini for inner awakening, to awaken the potential energy which is inside of you. This is the message from Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism on the 2008 Shivaratri. Swamiji beautifully explains the purpose and the reason why the Shiva Kundalini Dhyan is needed. Because of our root patterns, our unconsciousness, we perform certain actions the way we perform, but we don't know why we perform it in those certain ways. To bring light on that and to shed all our negative root patterns and incompletions, the Kundalini awakening, Swamiji awakens our Kundalini, and having the Kundalini awakened on this night of Maha Paramashivaratri brings tremendous healing and tremendous cleansing in our whole system. Thousands will be participating in the meditation from around the world through the Nithyananda TV and through two-way video conferencing. This meditation is expected to create a huge ripple of positive energy whose effects will be felt globally. We also have the Maha Satsangh, or the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, will be revealing and giving us the words for the Maha Paramashivaratri Satsangh delivered by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Now, in the beginning of this segment, we were speaking of, we had mentioned how fasting helps in towards preparing the body to receive the consciousness, receive the energy, and prepare ourselves for the night of Paramashiva, the night of Paramashivaratri. Now here let's go about some little bit statistics and a little bit facts about how fasting can bring health to our body. Research includes intermittent fasting benefits weight loss, improved markers of health, a reduced risk of chronic health conditions, and improved brain health. Fasting saves us by promoting blood sugar control by reducing insulin resistance. One study in 10 people with type 2 diabetes showed that short-term intermittent fasting significantly decreased blood sugar levels. Another study in 50 healthy adults showed that intermittent fasting for 1 month significantly decreased levels of inflammatory markers. Another small study discovered the same effect when people fasted for 12 hours a day for 1 month. Another study revealed that 8 weeks of alternate day fasting reduced levels of bad LDL, cholesterol, and blood triglycerides by 25% and 32% respectively. Another study in 110 obese adults showed that fasting for 3 weeks under medical supervision significantly decreased blood pressure as well as levels of bad cholesterol and bad LDL cholesterol. In addition, one study in 4,629 people associated fasting with a lower risk of coronary artery disease as well as a significantly lower risk of diabetes, which is a major risk factor for heart disease. So fasting is not only helping people who are overweight, but it is also helping people who have diabetes to bring down the sugar in their blood, and helping people to lower the risk of heart disease, which if you've been in tuning in for previous segments, heart disease is one of the leading causes of global diseases which is plaguing the world right now. So intermittent fasting saves people from so many different health problems on so many different levels. Not only that, fasting also helps in increasing of growth. One study in 11 healthy adults showed that fasting for 24 hours significantly increases the levels of HDH, which is the human growth hormone. Another small study in 9 men found that fasting for just 2 days led to a 5-fold increase in HDH production rate of the human growth hormone. Fasting not only helps in the prevention of so many diseases which are becoming a major problem in today's world, but also helps in increasing your growth hormone, the hormone which is responsible for the growth and the rejuvenation of your body. Now here we have a Shastra Pramana from the Kamika Agama, chapter 11, where the Maha Shivaratri Puja Vidhi, verses 2 and 3. The translation goes, this vowed observance, Shivaratri Vrata, was duly accomplished earlier by Devi, Shivashakti, and was performed by others, deities and sages, according to the rules prescribed for that. Because of such accomplishment, Devi attained blissful state, being united with me, with Paramashiva. Others were enabled to experience the much delighted state, having obtained all those desired by them. Those who observed the supreme vow could not be bound with the ropes hurled by the servants of Yama, who cast dreadful looks with the protruding eyes. They would not even see Yama, and they will never go to the hellish worlds. So this is a Shastra Pramana directly from the Kamika Agama, which mentions the benefits, the significance of following the fasting on this auspicious day of Paramashivaratri. As Devi herself started this vrata of fasting on the night of Shivaratri, and as the verse itself mentions, which was performed by others as well, by other rishis, munis, ganas, and other deities. One, fasting on Paramashivaratri not only manifests whatever he wants in his life, but also will be never touched by Yama or the servants of Yama as well. Here we have a small video of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism explaining the significance of fasting and how fasting does a deep detox into our system.
Start living. Start living, I tell you. In this Pachapattini Vratam for Parashakti, the first thing happens is your body starts cleaning itself, that self-purification. All the stored unnecessary fat, toxins, all that starts getting cleaned. The next thing, detox, a deep detox. Like a fat sitting on your liver, fat sitting as a layers and layers on your intestine, all that starts melting. Then next, purification. Your body starts eating itself. Understand? The beauty of the hunger. Understand? You should start enjoying hunger. You should not be diverted by the angry, irritation, agitation patterns, triggered by your acidity. Your acidity is different, hunger is different. Hunger is Jataragni, pure fire, which eats the body by itself. Acidity is the physical reaction which triggers your anger and agitation patterns. That is why sometimes men starts behaving like heroes when they are hungry. Women start behaving like heroines when they are hungry. If hunger is triggering your anger and irritation, you are Chandala. Cheapest existence, lowest possible existence. If your hunger agitates anger, acidity, triggers irritation, be very clear. You need Nirahara Samyama. If your hunger is making you feel irritated and angry, almost 3 to 4 hours of your every day is destroyed.
Yes, beautifully Swamiji explained how fasting affects in different levels, how various different ways fasting affects our mental setup, affects the way we think, certain actions which we do during fasting. How can you be a part of the Paramashivaratri celebrations in KAILASA? Every person alive today in this world right now has been impacted by the snowball of effects of devastations since 2020. Be a part of the Paramashivaratri celebrations to bring peace to yourself and to contribute to the world by bringing in global peace by being a part of the world's most ancient spiritual process described in Hinduism, the Shaivagamas, a once in a year happening with and by the one and only 108th living incarnation of Paramashiva, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Maha, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, tonight. Stay tuned to our social media outlets on Facebook, YouTube, and on Nithyananda TV as well. Be sure to invite your friends and family to this great happening of Paramashivaratri. Let us know in the comment section if you are coming to be a part of this great happening. We are as excited as you are for today's celebrations. Here we have another video of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism explaining the real meaning of Shivaratri and the night, why the night of Shivaratri is so special and is so significant.
It's actually manifesting in me intensely as power now. For this Shivaratri. That is why I am leading you all into that light, intense light, which makes you feel very pleasant in the body, and that heat which is very pleasant. And I tell you, when you meditate on this light and this heat pleasant, you just lose sleep on that Shivaratri night. You become awake. That is what is the real context of not sleeping on that night. Meditate on this light, you will not be able to sleep on Shivaratri night. Kyakenaika amritatvamanasu. Kyakenaika amritatvamanasu. Kyakenaika amritatvamanasu. Ultimately, I renounced even my attachment to temples. That was the only thing tying me with the human society in Tamil Nadu. That's why before withdrawing from the human society, I went to all temples. Almost, I think, 6 months I took and went up and down to Rameswaram to Kamakhya. To all temples. Ramanatha Swami to Tiruchendur Subramanya Swami and Kamakhya, Kamakshi, Parashakti, and almost all the temples. Had a temple tour. Because that was the only thing pulling me, grounding me to be in Tamil Nadu, human society. Be in human society, not just in Tamil Nadu, be in human society. I am not saying I am out of India or I am inside India. I am not saying any of that. I am saying I am just out of human society. To withdraw from the human society, the only thing which was stopping me was temples. Tiruvannamalai temple, Meenakshi temple. By me entering into the temple has lost its sanctity. That's what they have written. See the peak level of that hate speech. Will they have a guts to write about any other religious leaders? Will they have a guts to write about any other religious leaders entering into their religious worship places, that place lost the sanctity? Even if, see, in all religion, the leaders get accused, the scandals, rumors happens. It's only a scandal and rumor around me, and which they created. And then the layers of hate speech. First they create the false accusations. Then the second layer they go. Next layer, hate speech. Oh, this kind of person entering into the sacred place, the temple worship place, it loses the sanctity. The level of hate speech, you see. Religious freedom and all is only for others, not for Hindus, especially not for Nithyananda. One side, media's hate speech, socially, literally banning me entering into the temple. Anyhow. But finally, I decided, okay, Tyaga is the best way. Paramashiva is inside. One good thing, Arunachala is Ninaikka Mukti Dharam Kshetram, Smaranat Mukti. He doesn't say that every day only if you see me, only if you have darshan, you will have mukti. Smaranat Mukti. So wherever I am, just I'll remember and have liberation. Anyhow, I learned Tyaga. And wherever I am, I'll radiate Paramashiva. Maybe that is also needed for higher purpose. Paramashiva tests the strength of Tyaga and then manifests himself. Ability to handle the extreme hate speech. Ability to handle extreme abuses comes by Tyaga. Tyaga makes you altogether a different metal.
Yes. And with this, without further ado, I'd like to now introduce the rest of the panel who have come today, join us together today to share their powerful cognitions, their insights, and their experiences of Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism on this night of Paramashivaratri and the benefits of fasting, especially fasting on today, on this day. So, along with myself, I also have few devotees, Sriniti Ashutoshananda, Sriniti Nyanatmananda, Murliaya, and Renoshan Edmund. Thank you all for coming today and being a part of today's segment. So, before we directly enter into today's discussion, why don't you go ahead and introduce ourselves? Sriniti Ashutoshananda, you can go ahead first. And after introductions, we will enter into today's topic for discussion. Please go ahead.
Yes, thank you, Maharaj. Nithyanandam, my name is Srinitya Ashutoshananda. I was born in Montreal, Canada. Studied in mechanical engineering technology, as well as a little bit of business and finance, holistic medicine. And I've had a little bit of experience in teaching abroad. 2014 was a big shift for me. It was the year where seeking brought me to Swamiji's feet in Varanasi, Inner Awakening. And the preparation for that inner awakening, the whole process was such an amazing happening. A lot of breakthroughs, a lot of addictions and patterns were dropped during that. Even that first experience of Nirara Samyama also happened during that inner awakening. So that was amazing. And after that, Swamiji blessed me with the initiation of Krama Brahmacharya. And I've been with Swamiji and the Sangha since then. I'm very happy to be part of the panel tonight. Looking forward for today's topic. Thank you for having me, Nithyanandam.
Yes, thank you so much, Ashutoshananda, for coming today and for being a part of this panel as well. Sriniti Nyanatmananda, you can go ahead next and give a brief introduction about yourself.
Nithyananda Maharaj, thank you. Nithyananda everyone. In 2015, I was initiated into the path of Brahmachari and blessed with the spiritual name of Sriniti Nyanatmananda. I grew up in Canada. I became an elementary school teacher and was in the education field and computer engineering technology since 1998. I had my inner awakening experience in 2009. And I've been learning about the past few years about the importance and need for KAILASA, the world's only Hindu nation. So great to be here. Thank you, Nithyanandam.
Yes, thank you so much, Sriniti Nyanatmananda, for coming today, being a part of today's panel. Renoshan, you can go ahead next and introduce yourself for all our viewers.
Thank you, Maharaj. Nithyanandam, everyone. My name is Renoshan and I'm from Canada. And I have a background in software engineering and medicine. And I've been with Swamiji since around 2013. 2014 was really when the intensity picked up. And since then, it's been basically the no return zone. And so I wanted to thank you for inviting me out for today's exciting panel discussion on this auspicious Maha Paramashivaratri. I'm looking forward to our panel. Yeah.
Yes, thank you so much, Renoshan, for coming today and being a part of this segment. Mulyaya, you can go ahead next. Please introduce yourself for all our viewers.
Thank you, Maharaj. Murali from Chennai, India here. I came to attend one inner awakening program in March 2013, and that was my first major stint with Swamiji. And since then, it has been real fun because I've experienced a lot of physical miracles and a lot of cognition shifts in life. So it's all really exciting that way because I just realized what sort of a very small context I've been holding when I come to judge people or understand situations in life. It's a marvelously life-changing, life-giving experience, I should say, because back then I was highly suffocated and enmeshed in a lot of troubles, totally directionless. Inner awakening was really a great life changer, life giver, And thanks to my brother who encouraged me to and sent me to this thing. I'm looking forward to today's segment on Shivaratri. Thank you, Maharaj.
Yes, thank you so much, Aya, for coming today and being a part of today's panel discussion. So, the topic which we have today is pretty much simple. We're going to be sharing our experiences which we've had with the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, which we've had with Swamiji on this day of Shivaratri. And we're also going to be sharing about fasting, how fasting has directly benefited our lives. I know many of us would have either done fasting for for a Monday, or if we were devotees of Devi, would have done on a Friday. If you are devotees of Venkateshwara, we would have done on Ekadashi, or we might have done the Nirahara Samyama as well. And so let's all take this time and opportunity and share this experience of Paramashivaratri, experience how it has personally benefited us, and how fasting has personally benefited you in your personal life, in how it has helped in improving your health, and all the different aspects of excuse me, how it has helped in all the other various aspects of your life in the past years, and as well as your take on why someone should fast, especially on Paramashivaratri at that. Please go ahead.
Yes. Paramashivaratri is obviously for Shaivite. It's an amazing happening. So and I believe it's also cosmically speaking, it happens on a day where energy is available in a certain way. So making yourself receptive in order to imbibe that energy and allow that energy to raise yourself, raise your frequencies, and so naturally, relating to Guru. And being active throughout the day and throughout the night. Just Swamiji shared in one satsang that it's you don't eat, you don't sleep, just to give you a glimpse that you can exist like without these two main things, which are the main patterns that human beings suffer from, which is food, hunger, and tiredness, boredom. So Paramashivaratri is amazing for that. Fasting. Yes, I've done a couples of Nirara Samyama in the years that I've been with Swamiji, and even recently Swamiji has inspired us to drop the solid food and all that. So various types of diets I adopted at various times, and very straightforward. Fasting is amazing. It's amazing because it gives you a reality check of where your inner space is, and it cleanses the inner space from a lot of old memories which you don't remember, but when you go through the fasting, these things come out of nowhere, and it's a very, very beautiful process to detox the inner space. Sometimes when we only speak and talk about spiritual truth and all that, we can think that we are so high, and we can think we are somewhere. But when you drop the food and and you sit with yourself, then you see that you're somewhere else. So bridging the gap between both is an amazing thing. So fasting really helps to bring you down from this mental high that you get when you only talk about the truths. So in that way, it's a life-changing process. And I would encourage anybody to, whatever Swamiji has been initiating us into, the various types of samyamas and diets, to really jump in and cleanse that stomach, and yes, be life positive. Because one last thing I can add quickly is that when you do my experience of the fasting or the diets is that various forms of life negative cognitions will arise. They arise because you become more sensitive. So it's an amazing opportunity for you to consciously break these things. So when it comes up, you decide not to entertain it, and you align to whatever Swamiji is sharing with all of us, and that helps have breakthrough in our lives. So yes, that would be my take on these two topics. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much, Sunitya Ashutosh, for giving your take on how fasting has personally helped in your life. Sunitya Nithyananda, you can go ahead and give your take, share your take on why fasting and fasting on Paramashivaratri, how that will benefit any person, anyone who wants to observe this fast on this auspicious day? Please go ahead.
Nithyanam, thank you, Manoj. Yeah, it's one of the things is initiation. So anupaya is the way of experiencing yourself through Guru's grace. And so, I mean, we can engage in anavopaya, ways of detoxing the body. But one of the things is, Paramashiva is your source already. All we need to do in human form is you need to prepare the body to be able to hold and manifest and express that energy. So when you're preparing for initiation, there is an important part of detoxing and purifying so that you can receive and experience that on a deeper level, on a less superficial level. And one of the things with yoga is that yoga twists all the organs and the parts of the body to awaken the deity energies in those spaces so that those deities can manifest through you. So it's the same process of preparing your organs, preparing your body to manifest the DNA of Paramashiva. So a lot of people are aware of sort of Darwin's idea of evolution, and that sort of looks at more of a physical change of bodies. But what it misses is the superconscious breakthrough. So there's not only obviously a physical difference between a pig and a human, but there's a superconscious difference. So what's missing in that theory is the superconsciousness, which is what Paramashivaratri is the cosmic time when Paramashiva manifests as a shaft of light and brings consciousness to the planet. So we all know we're souls passing through bodies. When the body falls down and dies, we go somewhere else. So really what we need is a science of using that. And at the time of full moons and new moons, the moon has a big impact on not only the ocean, but the water in your body. So there's a science to this, and there's a way to do it, and it comes through the pujas. So the more that you can prepare your body at these times to receive the cosmic energy and be free of other contaminants, then you get a DNA breakthrough. And so if you maintain that, initiation basically aligns all the cells in your body to enlightenment. So the longer you can maintain that, the more it's going to become a part of your effortless living. So really, KAILASA, the only civilization that has survived more than 5,000 years, has brought really the science of souls passing through bodies into or the reality of souls passing through bodies as a science. And part of that science is at different times of the year and with the enlightened master's presence, if you can purify and strengthen your body enough, you can have the experience that Paramashiva, the consciousness, your soul is the strongest source of energy for your life and your body, and you can carry it forward. So Swamiji mentioned eating once per day and then just having water the rest of the time is equivalent to fasting. So this is a real experience, like Sri Asatosha mentioned. If you want to really rid yourself of agitation, fear, and anger, and really not have to work at it, but just have it be you, then fasting is definitely the way to go. Thank you, Nithyanam.
Yes, thank you so much. Yes, thank you so much, Nithyananda, for sharing your take how fasting benefits all of us and why we should fast, especially on this night of Paramashivaratri. Ranushan, please go ahead and share your take on why fasting and fasting on this night of Paramashivaratri, how that will help us prepare to receive Swamiji when he comes for the Shiva Kundalini Dhyan, for the Maha Satsangh, for receiving his initiation on this auspicious night. Please go ahead.
Yes. So one thing I actually wanted to share about fasting Paramashivaratri, Swamiji, is the ecosystem. I actually wanted to share one small experience about the Maha Paramashivaratri last year, where last year I was completely blessed to be completely in the temple ecosystem while Maha Paramashivaratri was happening. And to this day, it's one of my sweetest memories, the whole day. The whole day, obviously there's fasting and also no sleep. But the whole day, you're completely active, alive, enjoying yourself. And the whole ecosystem, the whole Sangha, the whole everybody around you is completely conducive to your superconscious breakthrough. For example, when it comes to what you can drink, one beautiful thing about the temple ecosystem is not only provides you the ecosystem where you can really practice the fasting, but it gives you the best detox liquids. And this is exactly what happened this time last year, where in the temple ecosystem, we were given this amazing detox liquid. And same way, throughout the day, or I guess I can say throughout the night, it was just constant activism. Whether it was from the satsangs to vakyartha sadhas to pujas, abhishekams, to just chatting or all these things. The whole ecosystem was completely supportive for the superconscious breakthrough. The whole ecosystem was completely alive, completely active, and completely aligned to having the breakthrough. And so, especially when it comes to fasting, I can say that a lot of times there might be some difficulty in actually taking the first step into fasting, because literally taking the breakthrough out of the food cycle can be a little bit difficult at first. But having the ecosystem where everybody's not only doing it, but everybody's supporting you and giving you the best that you can receive. This whole ecosystem makes the whole thing so easy, so supportive, and you really do feel cared for. Not only cared for, but you have the confidence about yourself, knowing, hey, I can actually do this. I have an ecosystem around me, which is actually supporting this breakthrough, supporting the fasting, supporting my own health in every way. It's completely the ecosystem that Swamiji provides, the ecosystem that happens during this Maha Paramashivaratri. It's completely conducive in every level, both the timing, the presence of the avatar, the ecosystem that we have in every level, the fasting, the wakeful hours, in every level. This night is completely conducive to your superconscious breakthrough. And yes, this is just one experience I wanted to share, and how really the temple ecosystem, the KAILASA ecosystem, is the perfect ecosystem where fasting is actually just a natural lifestyle. It's nothing out of the ordinary. We can talk to anybody here and we can just casually talk about not eating for 21 days. Go anywhere else, talk about not eating for even a week, see what kind of response we get. But here, the whole ecosystem is so supportive, so conducive. And so I can say this is one very unique and auspicious thing I can say about Swamiji, about Maha Paramashivaratri, about the ecosystem, about fasting, all these things. Everything is completely inclusive in the KAILASA ecosystem. So this is one thing I wanted to share about this. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much, Ranoshan, for sharing, giving your take on why fasting and why fasting on Paramashivaratri. Thank you so much. Muraliya, please go ahead and share your take on how fasting has personally benefited your life, why fasting is an important aspect of the celebrations of today's Paramashivaratri. Please go ahead.
Maharaj. Fasting, I think the first ever major fasting I ever did is during my Indra Vikini. See, when my brother enlisted me about this enabling program, he was also telling me that this fasting, this Nidara Samhima, if I practice during the program itself, I'll get rid of my diabetes. So that really, really excited me. Because conditioned as I was by my dad that English medicine, and only that is best. And I was told that diabetes, once I contracted, there's no way out of it. You can only look to maintain it. You can never get cured. But my brother was saying that this Nirahara Samhima is going to help me get rid of it. So I was all excited about it. So I said yes immediately. Only from that excitement angle. And yes, when I saw so many different food items, I was getting kind of excited to have all that. But on the other hand, I was also getting pulled that no, I do want to get rid of my food pattern or diabetic condition. So let me get rid of it. And so I decided to go for this Nirahara Samhima. And did I actually walk out of the problem, diabetic problem, during my inner training itself? I don't think so. I did. But now thinking back, why I did not do that, I realized that I did not do it properly. I did not have the right context or intensity. I was not having the proper visualization, feel the meditation. Some mistake was only on me. I did not blame the Swamiji or the process itself or something like that. And I did tell myself that I actually found that I was able to survive without the so-called timely food. So that is the major breakthrough that I got during my inner awakening. As a diabetic, I was always told that I have to eat on time, eat only some particular quantity of food and all that. But I found that no such pattern ever existed. And as I said during my previous sessions also, a lot of logic got broken. So this logic that I have to have the timely food got broken very strongly, and I came to live unabashedly about the food thing. And I realized that I could even when I went back to my doctor, she was saying that, hey, come on, you have got used to that sugar with you. You learned how to handle it. Just because you don't faint, you don't feel sluggish and all that, it doesn't mean you're out of the diabetic problem. It is just that you have learned how to handle it. I was not convinced by her. I stood only with I thought I should err only on Swamiji's side. So fasting was really a nice thing. And one more thing I just having the click when Roshan was sharing, I got it was Paramashiva is all about breaking patterns. That's how I connected what I that's the click I got when Roshan was sharing what he did. So I said, okay, fine. If I need to break a pattern that I have to have this food, I have to do these things, let that pattern get broken, let that dependency get broken. So that is what I feel will happen if I actually fast on this night, lose sleep on this night, and it's very auspicious, especially when you have such a lot of such a good ambience. Kailasa ambience is it is not very difficult to manifest sleeplessness, going without sleep
Yes,
or
Aya.
going without food on that night.
Yes.
So that's what I was saying. Thank you, Maharaj.
Yes. Thank you so much, Aya. Such a beautiful experience. How coming to the Inner Awakening program, how the fasting has directly helped you, directly has reduced the impact of diabetes, which you have been suffering with, how that has directly helped and brought
I
down your
found
diabetes.
no, I was able to see how I've been conditioned to believe a lot of things and how Swamiji made me think otherwise. So that's the breakthrough I can tell you.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much, Aya. So, another important aspect of today's Maha Paramashivaratri, we have KAILASA offerings globally, where from your house, from your place, you can directly offer and welcome Swamiji into our homes, into our hearts. You can choose any number of Jayanti Naivedyam offerings which you want to offer to the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, you want to offer to Swamiji as a gratitude of everything you have been blessed, have been showered with in your life. You can choose any number from 25, 51, 108, 501, 1008 and fill out the form in the link being projected tiny.cc/food donation. Please take a few minutes as well to take photos and share them on your preferred social media platform, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and use the following hashtags Shri Kailasa, Kailasa, Maha Paramashivaratri, and Nithyananda. In Hinduism, one of the most beautiful ways in which we welcome the divine, we welcome any guest actually. Atithi Devo Bhava. Guest is God, which is mentioned in our Taittiriya Upanishad. So when you're welcoming God, when you're welcoming the Guru, the Master, into our homes, into our life, the best way to do that is by offering the Naivedya to him on this auspicious day of Maha Paramashivaratri. You can, anything you're feeling comfortable with, it may be just a few items, or you may have the desire to offer grandly as well. Please feel free to do so. You can choose any number ranging from here, from 25, 51, 108, and so on. Fill in the link tiny.cc/food donation, and please take a few moments as well to click pictures and upload them in any social media of your preference, be it Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Be sure to use the hashtags Nithyananda, hashtags Maha Paramashivaratri, hashtags KAILASA, and hashtags Shri KAILASA as well. So with this, I would like to sincerely thank all our panelists for coming today and being a part of today's segment. Thank you all so much for joining us today on this auspicious day of Maha Paramashivaratri, helping everyone understand the benefits of fasting on this day, how it will help prepare them to receive the ultimate, to receive the complete benefit and efforts and energy.
Connecting with the divine with your eyes closed is meditation. Connecting with the divine with your eyes open is darshan. Come, let us all now move from meditation to darshan. Slowly, very slowly. Please open your eyes.
Today, the most auspicious day, Paramashiva manifested as Jyoti Stamba with the grace of Paramashiva and Parashakti. I'll open the same space of Paramashiva and Kailasa to all of us. Sit straight, meditate on Jyoti Stamba. Means huge light shaft, intense light shaft. Chant Mahavagya intensely with one cognition. Paramashiva is real and he is available to all of us now. You will really have intense Kundalini awakening. This is the most auspicious time. By the grace of Paramashiva, Nandi, all the gods and goddesses of Sri Kailasa, let the space of Kailasa open up for all of us. Let Paramashiva manifest in all of us. I bless you all. Let this night awaken all of you. Shiv, Shiv, Shiv.
கையிலையுடனும் நித்யனின் தரிசனம் தன்னை தானறியவே இவை அசைவிடு தீட்சை தரும் தரிசனம் மறைப்பொருளாயிருந்து திரை விலகி திருவடி தொகும் தரிசனம் பிறை சூடிய சடை நாதனின் திருவுரு தரிசனமே மறைப்பொருளாயிருந்து திரை விலகி திருவடி தொகும் தரிசனம் பிறை சூடிய சடை நாதனின் திருவுரு தரிசனமே அவள் வேண்டி வேண்டி திரளான கூட்டமுவை தேடி வரும் அல்லவா மறை நான்கின் பொருளுணர்த்த நாளும் கண்டருள கையிலை உதித்ததல்லவா பொருளெல்லாம் தேடி உலகெல்லாம் ஓடி உடையனுள் உணர்ந்தேனல்லவா பொருளெல்லாம் தேடி உலகெல்லாம் ஓடி உடையனுள் உணர்ந்தேனல்லவா உலகை காத்தருளவே கையிலையுடனும் நித்யனின் தரிசனம் தன்னை தானறியவே இமை அசைவிடு தீட்சை தரும் தரிசனம் கரைகளும் முத்திரு கைகள் தந்ததே இரவும் பகலுமே முந்திரு கண்ணில் அசையுதே நாங்கள் என்ன கோள்கள் என்ன உம்மை பற்றிட இரண்டு புவனங்களும் உம்மை சுற்றிட தரிசனம். மாயை வென்றுவிட ஞானம் பெற்றுவிட மோட்சம் தரும் தரிசனம். பல சித்த புருஷர்களின் ஞானி யோகிகளின் தவமெனின் தரிசனம். அடியும் முடியையும் ஒன்றாய் காண்பதற்கு கையிலையில் தரிசனம். சதுர்வேத கோஷமுடன் நாத கீதங்களின் மொழியில் தரிசனம். அண்டம் தொட்டு பிண்டம் வரையிலும் சாட்சியாகும் ஐயன் தரிசனம். சொல்ல வார்த்தை ஏதும் இல்லையே, சொக்கநாதன் முந்தன் தரிசனம். நித்யானந்தா 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 நித்யானந்தா. ஸ்ரீ அருணகிரீஸ்வர ஈசா மூத்த தமிழ் குடி மக்களின் நேசா, குமரி கண்டமாலும் பரமேசா, சங்க தமிழை காக்கும் கைலாசா. முட்டில் நிறைந்த சிவம் என்று கலந்திடவே என்று கடந்து உள்விருந்த கடவுளி தரிசனம். உலகை காத்தருளவே கையிலையில் தரும் நித்யன் தரிசனம். கண்ணை காணறியவே இமை அசைவிடு தீட்சை தரும் தரிசனம். உலகை காத்தருளவே கையிலையில் தரும் நித்யன் தரிசனம். கண்ணை காணறியவே இமை அசைவிடு தீட்சை தரும் தரிசனம். ஆதிதேவன் நித்யநந்தன் பாதம் தாங்கும் பாதுகை, அளவில்லாத புண்ணியம் கொண்ட அதி அற்புத பாதுகை. ஆதிதேவன் நித்யநந்தன் பாதம் தாங்கும் பாதுகை, அளவில்லாத புண்ணியம் கொண்ட அதி அற்புத பாதுகை. சோதி தெய்வம் நித்யன் வரும் சேதி தன்னை கூறவே, சோர்ந்திடாது பிறவி தாங்கும் சீர்மிகுந்த பாதுகை. சோதி தெய்வம் நித்யன் வரும் சேதி தன்னை கூறவே, சோர்ந்திடாது பிறவி தாங்கும் சீர்மிகுந்த பாதுகை. ஆதிதேவன் நித்யநந்தன் பாதம் தாங்கும் பாதுகை, அளவில்லாத புண்ணியம் கொண்ட அதி அற்புத பாதுகை. ஆதிதேவன் நித்யநந்தன் பாதம் தாங்கும் பாதுகை, அளவில்லாத புண்ணியம் கொண்ட அதி அற்புத பாதுகை. கூடி வரும் கோடி பக்தர் ஆண்டவனை காணும் முன், பார்த்து ஏங்கும் பெருமை கொண்ட பரமன் நித்யன் பாதுகை. கூடி வரும் கோடி பக்தர் ஆண்டவனை காணும் முன், பார்த்து ஏங்கும் பெருமை கொண்ட பரமன் நித்யன் பாதுகை. லோகத்தையே காக்கும் நித்யன் பாதமலர் காத்திடும், யோகம் தன்னை தாங்குகின்ற நித்யானந்தன் பாதுகை. வேதியனாம் நித்யநந்தன் ராஜநடை இடுகையில், வேதநாதமாய் விளங்கும் விந்தையான பாதுகை. வேதியனாம் நித்யநந்தன் ராஜநடை இடுகையில், வேதநாதமாய் விளங்கும் விந்தையான பாதுகை. பாதுகை 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 நித்ய பாதுகை பாதுகை நித்ய பாதுகை. தேடி தேடி கண்டிடாது மாலை சோர்வில் ஆழ்ந்திட, நித்தியம் நித்தியம் பாதம் பற்றும் பாக்கியம் கொண்ட பாதுகை தேடி தேடி கண்டிடாது மாலை சோர்வில் ஆழ்ந்திட நித்தியம் நித்தியம் பாதம் பற்றும் பாக்கியம் கொண்ட பாதுகை தனையன் சாற்றும் பாதுகைகள் தாங்கும் பூமி தாயினை அமைதி ஆனந்தத்தின் எல்லை கொள்ள செய்யும் பாதுகை தனையன் சாற்றும் பாதுகைகள் தாங்கும் பூமி தாயினை அமைதி ஆனந்தத்தின் எல்லை கொள்ள செய்யும் பாதுகை நித்யானந்தன் நடை பயிலத்துகள் கிளப்பி பூமியில் ரோக சோக தோஷம் தன்னை தீர்க்கும் சத்திய பாதுகை நித்யானந்தன் நடை பயிலத்துகள் கிளப்பி பூமியில் ரோக சோக தோஷம் தன்னை தீர்க்கும் சத்திய பாதுகை நித்யனவன் பாதம் தன்னை பற்றுதற்கீடனால் பற்றும் பாவம் போக்க பக்தர் பற்றி கொள்ளும் பாதுகையே நித்யனவன் பாதம் தன்னை பற்றுதற்கீடனால் பற்றும் பாவம் போக்க பக்தர் பற்றி கொள்ளும் பாதுகையே சரணடைந்த பக்தர் தன்னை கருணையோடு ஏந்தியே பரம நித்தியன் பாதம் தன்னில் சேர்த்தருளும் பாதுகை சரணடைந்த பக்தர் தன்னை கருணையோடு ஏந்தியே பரம நித்தியன் பாதம் தன்னில் சேர்த்தருளும் பாதுகை பாதுகை நித்தியன் 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 பாதுகை பாதுகை தரும் லிங்கம் ஆனந்த நித்தியன் தந்த ஆனந்தலிங்கம்
घंटाशूलहलानि शङ्खमुसले चक्रं धनुस्सायकम् हस्ताब्जैर् ददतीं घनान्तविलसच्चीतां शुतुल्यप्रभां गौरीं देहसमुद्भवां त्रिजगताम् आधारभूतां महा पूर्वामत्र सरस्वतीम् अनुभजे शुम्भादिदैत्यार्दिनीम् ॐ दशां गङ्गुग्गुलोपेतं सुगन्धं च सुमनोहरम् आघ्रेय सर्वदेवानां धूपोऽयं प्रतिगृह्यताम् ॐ श्रीं नित्यानन्देश्वरी पराशक्ति नमः ॐ ह्रीं सर्वदेवदेवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्री नित्यानन्द परमशिवाय नमः श्री कालभैरवस्वामिने नमः धूपमाघ्रापयामि ॐ साज्यं त्रिवर्ति संयुक्तं वह्निना अयोधितं मया प्रधानमङ्गलं दीपं त्रैलोक्यतिमिरावहं दीपं दर्शयामि नैवेद्यम् ॐ अमृते अमृतोद्भवे अमृतवर्षिणी अमृतं श्रावय श्रावय स्वाहा श्री नित्यानंदे ओम ह्रीं नित्यानंदेश्वरी पराशक्ति नमः ओम ह्रीं सर्वदेवदेवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्री नित्यानंद परमशिवाय नमः श्री कालभैरव स्वामिने नमो नमः अमृतं महानैवेद्यं निवेदयामि ओम सर्वस्याप्त्यै सर्वस्य जित्यै सर्वमेव तेनाप्नोति सर्वं जयति ओम सर्वमंगलमांगल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यंबिके गौरी नारायणि नमोस्तुते ओम ह्रीं नित्यानंदेश्वरी पराशक्ति नमः ओम ह्रीं सर्वदेवदेवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्री नित्यानंद परमशिवाय नमः श्री कालभैरव स्वामिने नमो नमः आनंद कर्पूर नीराजनं संदर्शयामि रक्षां धारयामि
Today is also the 5th day of the Maha Paramashivaratri Mahotsavam. Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva, along with Nithyanandeshwari Parashakti, are gracing in the Rudrakshangi Alankaram. Let us now offer our puja and worship at their divine lotus feet to receive their grace and blessings.
रक्षालम्बितवामनिद्रितपदं कृष्णं मृगं चाभयं शङ्खं चादधृतं वरं च कटके बिभ्राणया वामके वामालम्बितनिद्रितान्यपदया देव्यायुतं मध्यतः स्कन्देनाब्जकरद्वयेन सहितं सोमागुहेशं भजे श्यामां द्विनेत्रां द्विभुजां त्रिभङ्गीं सव्यापसव्यस्थितकुञ्जिताङ्घ्रिं सव्योत्पलां वा कटकान्वितां वा लम्बान्यहस्तां परमेश्वरीं स्यात् ॐ धूरसि धूर्वधूर्वन्तं धूर्वतञ्योऽस्मान् धूर्वतितं धूर्वयं वयं धूर्वामः ॐ दशाङ्गं गुग्गुलोपेतं सुगन्धं च सुमनोहरम् आघ्रेयः सर्वदेवानां धूपोऽयं प्रतिगृह्यताम् श्री नित्यानन्देश्वरी पराशक्ति समेत श्री नित्यानन्देश्वर परमशिवाय नमः धूपमाघ्रापयामि ॐ साज्यं त्रिवर्तिसंयुक्तं बह्निना योजितं मया ग्रहाणमङ्गलं दीपं त्रैलोक्यतिविरापहम् श्री नित्यानन्देश्वरी पराशक्ति समेत श्री नित्यानन्देश्वर परमशिवाय नमः दीपं दर्शयामि अथ नैवेद्यम् ॐ अमृते अमृतोद्भवे अमृतवर्षिणी अमृतं श्रावय श्रावय स्वाहा श्री नित्यानन्देश्वरी पराशक्ति समेत श्री नित्यानन्देश्वर परमशिवाय नमः अमृतं महानैवेद्यं निवेदयामि ॐ न तत्र सूर्यो भाति न चन्द्रतारकं नेमा विद्युतो भाति यमग्निः तमेव भान्तम् अनुभाति सर्वं तस्य भासा सर्वमिदं विभाति तन्महेशाय विद्महे वाग्विशुद्धाय धीमहि तन्नः शिव प्रचोदयात् श्री नित्यानन्देश्वरी पराशक्ति समेत श्री नित्यानन्देश्वर परमशिवाय नमः सर्वोपचारार्थे सर्वमङ्गलवाप्यर्थे सर्वापराधक्षमापणार्थे आनन्दकर्पूर नीराजनं सन्दर्शयामि रक्षान् धारयामि
The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Maha, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, instituted Living Enlightenment sacred text, most read and worshipped spiritual sacred text in the world today, with over 2,500,000 pre-registration and 500 million, 15 million copies distributed to Hindu seekers, devotees, and disciples worldwide, which has revealed and offered to the world on March 3rd, 2009. March 20th is the Saptami Tithi of the Shukla Paksha of Falguna Masha. It marks the 12th Jayanti or anniversary of the Jain Jivan Mukti Grantha. Today we begin the 10-day Utsavam up till the 12th Jivan Mukti Day celebration. Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism reveals this book, Jivan Mukti, contains the essence of all that I have said, am saying, will say, and all that I want to say, but may not be able to say. KAILASA is commemorating this festival for next 10 days as Jivan Mukti Jayanti Utsavam, intending to be festival dedicated to the devotion, celebration, and dissemination of the greater science of Sanatana Hindu Dharma. Today, initiatives of Kailasa's Department of Enlightened Civilization in collaboration with Sri Kailasa United Nations for Conscious Studies and Practice will facilitate and encourage all Hindu seekers to participate in the Supreme Pontiff's initiation into this science of living enlightenment. Kailasha's liturgy congregation will ritualistically worshipping the living enlightenment sacred text expounded on the cosmic principle at the divine lotus feet of the Supreme Pontiff and encouraging 2 billion Hindus around the world to celebrate the Jivan Mukti Jayanti with new vigor. Over the last 12 years, Kailasas worldwide, now across 175 countries, have provided over 500,000 hours of necessary spiritual ecosystem for experiencing a superconscious breakthrough through the sacred texts of Jivan Mukti, the science of living enlightenment. Jivan Mukti is the most powerful superconscious spiritual software for modern day human beings to manifest powerful cognitions and powers. Over 11 million today keep Jivan Mukti at their altar, and over 4 million access this sacred text online with immediate life solutions made available to them in the language of their choice. The Jivan Mukti sacred text is one of the Prasannatraya canonical texts of Hindu theology, having epistemic authority, especially of the Vedantic schools, in available over 25 languages, including Tamil, German, English, Gujarati, Hindi, Kannada, Spanish, Mandarin, Chinese, Bengali, Telugu, French, Danish, Roman, Dutch, and Malayalam on multiple platforms have been widely distributed to the Hindu disciples, devotees, and seekers around the world, giving them a conscious breakthrough. Today marks the first day of the Jivan Mukti Utsavam. We will now offer our worship and puja to the Jivan Mukti Grantha.
ॐ नित्यानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। ॐ अनन्ताय नमः। ॐ अनन्तपुण्यफलदाय नमः। ॐ अखिलाण्डकोटिब्रह्माण्डनायकाय नमः। ॐ अखिलाण्डकोटिब्रह्माण्डरूपिणे नमः। ॐ अखिलाण्डकोटिब्रह्माण्डजनकाय नमः। ॐ अजाय नमः। ॐ अजयाय नमः। ॐ अनिमाद्यष्टसिद्धिदाय नमः। ॐ आशुतोषाय नमः। ॐ अव्ययाय नमः। ॐ अर्धनारीश्वराय नमः। ॐ अवस्थात् त्रयविनिर्मुक्ताय नमः। ॐ अव्याजकरुणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ अनाथनाथाय नमः। ॐ आनन्दगन्धनिलयाय नमः। ॐ आर्थत्राणपरायणाय नमः। ॐ ईप्सितफलदायकाय नमः। ॐ उष्णीषधराय नमः। ॐ उत्सवप्रियाय नमः। ॐ कलिकल्मषहारिणे नमः। ॐ कर्मफलदायकाय नमः। ॐ कार्यकारणविनिर्मुक्ताय नमः। ॐ कैवल्यपददायकाय नमः। ॐ कृपाकराय नमः। ॐ त्रयस्त्रिंशत्कोटिदेवतासेव्यमाणपादाब्जाय नमः। ॐ सर्वकामध्वंसिने नमः। ॐ कल्पतरुमूलवासिने नमः। ॐ कल्पतरवे नमः। ॐ निष्कलाय नमः। ॐ नामरूपविवर्जिताय नमः। ॐ भक्तवत्सलाय नमः। ॐ सर्वव्याधिप्रशमनाय नमः। ॐ सर्वाधिनिवारणाय नमः। ॐ पापघ्नाय नमः। ॐ सहस्रारारूढाय नमः। ॐ भक्तहृत्पद्मसुस्थिताय नमः। ॐ सच्चिदानन्दाय नमः। ॐ वेदवेदान्तवेद्याय नमः। ॐ परमात्मने नमः। ॐ सर्वसाक्षिणे नमः। ॐ योगनाथाय नमः। ॐ तत्त्वज्ञानप्रदाय नमः। ॐ मायापाशविवर्जिताय नमः। ॐ पशुपतये नमः। ॐ करुणासागराय नमः। ॐ प्रेमस्वरूपिणे नमः। ॐ कालातीताय नमः। ॐ भाग्यवृत्तिपरिवर्तकाय नमः। ॐ सर्वस्वतन्त्राय नमः। ॐ स्वातन्त्र्यदायकाय नमः। ॐ निर्विकल्पाय नमः। ॐ शरणागतवत्सलाय नमः। ॐ विडदिपुरीशाय नमः। ॐ शान्ताय नमः। ॐ समस्तकल्याणगुणान्विताय नमः। ॐ परञ्ज्योतिषे नमः। ओम सोमसूर्याग्नि नयनाय नमः। ओम भावगम्याय नमः। ओम सर्वान्तर्यामिने नमः। ओम जगद्व्यापिने नमः। ओम भवबन्धन खण्डनाय नमः। ओम भवचक्र प्रवर्तकाय नमः। ओम दक्षिणामूर्तिस्वरूपाय नमः। ओम पतितपावनाय नमः। ओम भगवते नमः। ओम जगन्नाथाय नमः। ओम सकलैश्वर्यप्रदाय नमः। ओम स्वामिने नमः। ओम रक्षाकराय नमः। ओम नित्याय नमः। ओम हिरण्यगर्भाय नमः। ओम विश्वयोनये नमः। ओम भस्मप्रियाय नमः। ओम भस्मत्रिपुण्ड्रविलिप्तललाटाय नमः। ओम सिद्धवृन्दवन्दिताय नमः। ओम सकलागमसंवेद्याय नमः। ओम रुद्राक्षप्रियाय नमः। ओम रुद्राक्षाभरणाय नमः। ओम भक्तिवश्याय नमः। ओम निराधाराय नमः। ओम निराकाराय नमः। ओम गुणातीताय नमः। ओम पुराणपुरुषोत्तमाय नमः। ओम चित्तवृत्तिनिरोधकाय नमः। ओम ध्यानगम्याय नमः। ओम धर्माधर्मविवर्जिताय नमः। ओम नित्यतृप्ताय नमः। ओम निरहंकाराय नमः। ओम मृत्युंजयाय नमः। ओम सर्वोपाधिविनिर्मुक्ताय नमः। ओम निर्गुणाय नमः। ओम गुणमयाय नमः। ओम मरणोर्मिनाशनाय नमः। ओम समदर्शिने नमः। ओम मर्त्यामृताय नमः। ओम दीनबन्धवे नमः। ओम मातृभूतेश्वराय नमः। ओम मत्तुरधिकतीक्षावते नमः। ओम सम्प्रदायप्रवर्तकाय नमः। ओम सर्वमन्त्रार्थाय नमः। ओम सौलभ्यपरिपूर्णाय नमः। ओम समाधिस्थिताय नमः। ओम वरदाय नमः। ओम सर्वशास्त्रार्थाय नमः। ओम पंचकृत्यपरायणाय नमः। ओम दिव्यदेहाय नमः। ओम अतुलितशक्तिमते नमः। ओम भवरोगभेषजाय नमः। ओम ह्रीं सर्वदेवदेवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्री नित्यानंद परमशिवाय नमः। ओम धूरसिधूर्वधूर्वन्तं धूर्वतयोऽस्मान् धूर्वतितं धूर्वयं वयं धूर्वामः। श्रीजीवन्मुक्तिग्रन्थाय नमः। धूपमाघ्रापयामि। ॐ साज्यं त्रिवर्तिसंयुक्तं वह्निना योजितं मया ग्रहाणमङ्गलं दीपं त्रैलोक्यतिमिरापहम्। ॐ जीवन्मुक्तिग्रन्थाय नमः। दीपं दर्शयामि। अथ नैवेद्यम्। ॐ अमृते अमृतोद्भवे अमृतवर्षिणि अमृतं श्रावय श्रावय स्वाहा। ओम जीवन्मुक्तिग्रन्थाय नमः। अमृतं महानैवेद्यं निवेदयामि। नैवेद्यानन्तरम् आचमनं समर्पयामि। ॐ राजाधिराजाय प्रसह्य साहिने नमो वयं वै श्रवणाय कुर्महे। समे कामां कामकामाय मह्यं कामेश्वरो वै श्रवणो ददातु। कुबेराय वै श्रवणाय महाराजाय नमः। कर्पूरगौरं करुणावतारं संसारसारं भुजगेन्द्रहारं सदा वसन्तं हृदयारविन्दे भवं भवानी हितं नमामि। श्री सर्वदेवदेवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्री नित्यानंद परमशिवाय नमः। जीवन मुक्ति ग्रंथाय नमो नमः। सर्वोपचारार्थे महामंगल कर्पूर नीराजनं संदर्शयामि। रक्षान्धारयामि। मंगलं कल्पवृक्षाय मंगलं ज्ञानदायिने सदाशिवाय श्री नित्यानंदेश्वराय मंगलम्। मंगलं श्री विद्याम्बायै मंगलं कामदायिन्यै सर्वमंगलदात्री नित्यानंदेश्वर्यै मंगलम्। मंगलं गुरुदेवाय मोक्षमूलाय मंगलं परावतार नित्यानंदाय गुरवे मंगलम्।
ॐ नित्यानन्देश्वर परमशिव समारम्भाम् नित्यानन्देश्वरि पराशक्तिमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. I welcome you all with my love and respect. I welcome all the devotees, disciples, Sarvanyapitakartas, Yajamans, Kotari Tanedar, visitors, viewers, Kayakalpa Yoga participants, Sri Mahans, Mahans, everyone sitting with us all over the world, Kailasas, ministers, ambassadors, diplomats, e-diplomats, citizens, consulate generals, Mantreshwaras, Vidyeshwaras, Ganeshwaras, Lokeshwaras, Astreshwaras. I welcome all of you with my love and blessings. Paramashiva's message directly from Kailasa. Now starts Maha Shivaratri, the most auspicious happening. Understand, I am intensely available from now, powerfully, experientially, next 24 hours for every being as Asudosha, easily pleased, Bolenath, innocent, easily pleased, easily approachable. Just next 24 hours, sit, go on be doing ajapa japa. Om Shiva, 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 Shivoham, Shivaya Nama, Paramashivoham, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Any one of this mantra you can choose. You can choose just pranava. Om, Om, Om. Or just Shiva, 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 Shiva. Or Shivaya Nama, Om Shivaya Nama. Om Shivaya Nama. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. If you are already initiated, got Samaya Diksha, you can use that mantra. Om Ham Haum Shivaya Namaha. 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 Or Shivoham, Shivoham, Shivoham. Or Paramashivoham, Paramashivoham. Om Paramashivoham. Or Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Next 24 hours dedicated completely to Paramashiva. The Nishkala Swarupa, the pure conscious, super conscious existence of Paramashiva manifesting itself and making itself available to all of us. So, let us be connected to Paramashiva this next 24 hours intensely, sincerely. Understand? Paramashiva is here first to make you experience Him. The Paramashiva state, Paramashiva's space, Paramashiva's powers, Paramashiva's being, Paramashiva's super consciousness to give you Paramashiva Padam, Paramashiva Padam, Paramashivatvam, Paramashiva Shaktis, Paramashiva Anubhavam, Paramashivaadvaita, Sayujya Mukti is available continuously, intensely, this next 24 hours for every being. Do not do any other work. Stop all your household, office, all work. Just take a break. No eating. You can have juices. You can have tea, coffee, hot chocolate. All this is okay. I am not taking tea or coffee or hot chocolate because I am doing Pachapatni Vratam. If you are doing Pachapatni Vratam, don't take coffee, tea, hot chocolate. Others can take coffee, tea, hot chocolate, anything. Take liquids, lot of herbal juices, liquids. Keep yourself hydrated. Don't sleep for next 24 hours. Try to sit straight. Keep your head, neck and spine in straight line. And chant intensely. Do the ajapa japa. I'll give you the secret. Understand? You are always binary. 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. So part of you, you should keep yourself as a witness. The other part should chant the Mahavagya. Like part of you should be witnessing, you repeating Shiva, Shiva, Shiva. Like I am chanting Shiva, Shiva, and I am witnessing this chanting happening. So you will experience Nishkala Swarupa Paramashiva manifesting himself as everything. So be a pure witness, conscious witness for your own chanting. Shiva, Shiva, Shiva. Part of me is witnessing. Part of me is chanting. So your whole binary is engaged in this activity. This is the secret. Part of you should be witnessing and part of you should be chanting. You witnessing, you chanting. You witnessing your own chanting. Shiva, 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 Shiva. The Paramashanta Swarupa, unclutched space, the Paramashiva space in you, let it witness the manifestation of Paramashiva as this Maha mantra. Shiva, 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 Shiva. If you are feeling fresh, use short mantras like just Shiva, Shiva, Shiva. If you are feeling little sleepy, little tired or bored, use longer. Namah Shivaya, Shivaya Namah. If you are still feeling sleepy, then use the longer. Om Ham Haum Shivaya Namaha. Om Ham Haum Shivaya Namaha. The longer the mantra will keep you awake, will not let you fall into sleep. That is the reason the longer Mahavagyas you will be. The longer Mahavagyas will keep you awake. Understand? Intensely Paramashiva is available. I'll make Paramashiva available intensely to all of you. Today I give you also the boon. Next 24 hours, till tomorrow morning 8 o'clock, Indian Standard Time, you can send any boon, any prayer, anything you want. You want to manifest some powers, you want to manifest some boon, you want wealth, you want health, anything you want. Type it in the main Nithyananda Paramashivam page or profile. In these two, you can type, you can send your requests, prayers in comments section. Continuously Paramashiva will be available, fulfilling all your prayers, giving all the boons on this Maha Shivaratri. On this Maha Shivaratri, intensely Paramashiva is available to fulfill all the prayers you want to ask from Paramashiva. Either you can type in the comments page of KAILASA's SPH, JGM Nithyananda Paramashivam page, or the profile. In these two, in the comment section, you can type all your prayers. Paramashiva will attend, respond, bless everyone's prayers, boons, everything you want. It can be as simple as you want health and prosperity, or as great as you want Sayujya Mukti, becoming one with Paramashiva. Today is available. is available, is available. Today, 24 hours, till tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock, till tomorrow morning, sunrise. Completely focus it on Paramashiva. Completely focus yourself on Paramashiva. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Shiva, 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 Shiva. Understand? Hold this one truth. Paramashiva is real. KAILASA is real and is available to all of us. Paramashiva has opened himself now to all of us intensely. I'll initiate all of you now. Everyone sit and do ajapa along with me. You will experience Paramashiva intensely. Om Shiva, 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 Paramashiva. Let me manifest intensely in all of you the state of Paramashiva. Let me manifest the state of Paramashiva intensely in all of you. Shiva, 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 Shiva. Let Paramashiva Padam manifest in all of you. Shiva, 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 Shiva. Shiva, 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 Shiva. Let the powers of Paramashiva manifest in all of us. Shiva, 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 Shiva. Let all the powers of Paramashiva manifest in all of us. Shiva, Shiva, Shiva. The Kundalini Shakti of Paramashiva explode in all of us intensely, sincerely. Shiva, 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 Shiva. Let the being of Paramashiva manifest in all of us intensely. Shiva, 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 Shiva. Let the superconsciousness of Paramashiva manifest intensely, fully in all of us. Shiva, 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 Shiva. Let KAILASA of Paramashiva manifest in all of us intensely, fully. Shiva, 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 Shiva. Let Paramashiva manifest in all of us intensely, fully. You can send your prayers, boons, requests, anything you want in Facebook Live, YouTube Live, in Facebook page and the Facebook profile, through all social media. Paramashiva will directly respond, bless you, support you, and manifest for you. Shiva, 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 Shiva. Om Shiva, Shiva, Shiva. Blessings to all of us. Let's all radiate with integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching, causing, living Shuddhatvaita Saivam, the state, space, powers, being, superconsciousness and Kailasa of Paramashiva. Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. The eternal bliss, Nithyananda. Thank you. Be blissful.
श्री कैलासोन्नत द्वादशांतश्यामला पीठारूढ़ श्रीमीनाक्षिसुंदरेश्वरा भिन्न स्वरूपा परशिवपुत्र रत्न कुमार गुरुमण्यतुल्यावतार श्री पार्वती स्तन्यपान लब्ध दिव्य ज्ञान विश्रुत सकल निगमागम सारभूत द्राविड वेद प्रवक्ते श्रीमत् परमशिव करुणा समधिगत मुक्तामय चतुरश्रयान ईयमान छत्र चामर श्री चिन्ह काहलादि समस्त बिरदावल्यलंकृत ज्ञान विज्ञान चक्रवर्ती सर्वजन संघ सद्यो निर्वाण दीक्षा व्ययापवर्ग वर्ष विश्राण श्रीमूत परमत कलभ केसरी शैव सिद्धांत स्थापनाचार्य श्री राजाधिराज पांड्य महाराज गुरु तपन शाक्यादि महांधकार निवारण ज्ञान भानु दीक्षणानर्हार्ह ध्वजोच्छेदन पूर्वक श्रीमद्वृषभध्वज स्थापक शैव समय कर्त्रे सर्वज्ञ पीठारूढ़ श्री जगद्गुरु श्री ज्ञान संबंध देशिक स्वामी वागीश सुंदर माणिक्य वाचक स्वामिनां अवतार भूत श्री ज्ञान संबंध स्वामी पुनरुद्धृत श्यामला पीठ सर्वज्ञ पीठ ऋणवत्युत्तर द्विशततम गुरु महासन्निधान अरुणगिरि योगीश्वर परंपरागत अरुणाचल सर्वज्ञ पीठ गुरु महासन्निधान कैलास परंपरागत कांची कैलास सर्वज्ञ पीठ त्रयस्त्रिंशदुत्तर द्विशततम गुरु महासन्निधान नित्योत्सव नित्य मंगल नित्य कल्याण नित्य रजित कैलास परंपरागत आदि कैलास नित्यानंद पीठ महासंस्थान महासिंहासन पीठ कर्ता साक्षात् श्री परमशिव समुद्धूत कैलास परंपरागत वैवस्वत मनु इक्ष्वाकु हरिश्चंद्र भगीरथ श्रीरामचंद्र शूरसेन इत्यादि अनवच्छिन्न सार्वभौम चक्रवर्ती परंपरागत चतुष्षष्टि योगिनी मंडित चतुष्षष्टि संप्रदाय प्रवर्तक मनुधर्म शासन सूर्यवंश प्राप्त सर्वज्ञ पीठ सुरांगी साम्राज्य मूर्धाभिषिक्त चूड़ामणे साक्षात् श्री परमशिव समुद्धूत कपिल महागुरु पुनरुद्धृत महानिर्वाणि पीठ
Let's start with the Sadguru Vandanam. Nithyanandam Paramashivam Kevalam Jnanamurtym Dvandvatītam Gaganasudasham Tattvamasyavilakshym Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshibhutam Bhavatītam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Let's go through the disclaimers. Security measures. No photography, video, audio recording. Important cautions. Please be aware of the important cautions. What is power manifestation? Let's hear from Bhagwan himself explaining what is power manifestation.
All the 25 states of consciousness, when they happen in you, due to your chemicals and hormones ups and downs, it is powerlessness. When it happens in you, out of your free will and consciousness, it is powerfulness. That's all. When you fall into sleep, it is powerlessness. When you enter into sleep, it is power. When you fall into dream, it is powerlessness. When you decide to dream, it is powerfulness. So I have added the ultimate powerfulness, Turyadita, Turyadita, in your whole being and doing, manifest all the powers. Understand, power manifestation is nothing but cognitive shift. It is not work. It is cognitive shift. Understand? It is just cognitive shift. It's not work. Work is a 4-letter word. Power manifestation is cognitive shift. Playing with life. Playing with being alive. Static matter, dynamic activity, strategic existence. All these three has no boundary. You are one with it. You are alive in everything. Everything listens to you. Everything decides as you want. Power manifestation is cognitive shift, raising your frequency, not work.
Now let's understand who is Paramashiva. Bhagwan himself has beautifully explained the Paramashiva in all of us.
Paramashiva does manifestation, illumination, pulling out of delusion and liberation. He resides in his supreme Paramashiva Swarupa as Ajomuha, Radhomuha, unborn, beyond formlessness. Is Paramashiva Swarupa. That Paramashiva Swarupa manifests with these 5 faces as Sadashiva, Tatpurusha, Vamadeva, Aghora, Satyojata, Ishana. 5 faces he manifests and does the Panchakritya, Srishti, manifestation, Sthiti, sustenance, Samhara, rejuvenation, Prabhava, pulling out of delusion, liberation. Understand? He does all these 5 jobs. Through these 5 faces. Now listen carefully. Tatpurusham, Vamadevam, Satyojatam, Ahoram, Ishanam. These 5 faces. Thus Panchakrityas. Each face, each dimension is not just one F-A-C-E phase, P-H-A-S-E phase. It's not just F-A-C-E, P-H-A-S-E. Understand? The creation, not just creation getting created, even sustenance need to be created. Destruction need to be created, and pulling out of delusion need to be created. Liberation need to be created. Then creation, manifestation need to be maintained. Maintenance, sthiti itself need to be maintained. Destruction, samhara, the rejuvenation need to be sustained, maintained when it is happening. Pulling out of delusion, drubha, need to be maintained when it is happening. And anugraha, liberation, need to be maintained when it is happening. Those micromilliseconds when it is happening. So understand, Satyojata Murti has 5 phases, Ishara Murti has 5 phases, Vamadeva Murti has 5 phases, Agora Murti has 5 phases, Tatpurusha Murti has 5 phases. So, Tatpurusha Murti has his 5 phases, Agora Murti has his 5 phases, Vamadeva Murti has his 5 phases, Satyojata Murti has his 5 phases, Ishara Murti has his 5 phases. All these 5 Murtis, 5 phases put together is 25 phases of Maha Sadashiva.
Bhagavan beautifully explained Paramashiva. Now, who is His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam? Let's hear from Bhagavan himself. Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Maha Sannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam is a reviver of KAILASA, the ancient Enlightenment civilization, the great cosmic borderless Hindu nation. His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam is an avatar from and is a Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. He has made the science of power manifestation yoga temple-based university for humanity. Sovereign Order of KAILASA, led by His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, and his Nithyananda Order of monks, nuns, Hindu diasporas are working for the global peace to give a superconscious breakthrough to humanity. Nithyananda Hindu University, world's largest with extended campus in 150 countries, is collecting, organizing, preserving, time capsuling, decoding, spreading, reviving 20 million source books of Hinduism and 64 sacred arts, science like Ayurveda, music, dance, sculpting, astrology, Vastu, and many more. His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam is 293rd Guru Maha Sannidhanam of Shamala Pita Sarvanya Pita, ancient apex body of Hinduism and present emperor of Suryavamsa Surangi Samrajyam. His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam has survived the worst persecution of multiple assassination attempt on person and character by anti-Hindu elements. The pramanas, the evidences that Shastra Pramana, Apta Pramana, Atma Pramana, Pratyaksha Pramana, all the evidences that proven is authentic, time-tested, foolproof, and its manifestation of each and every individual is clearly presented in all these evidences. Shastra Pramana, the eternal, unchangeable truth revealed in the source scriptures, our Vedas and Agamas. Apta Pramana, our experience of the Rishis, Munis, Ganas, Nayanamas, Alvars, and all the enlightened beings who have the authorities of Hinduism, who are the Vedic Rishis, who are the scientists who time-tested and verified the science of power manifestation. Atma Pramana, account of His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, this millennium's avatar, personal experience of power manifestation, Bhagavan's very Leela. Shakshi Pramana, the experience of millions of disciples, devotees, and followers who have been initiated by Bhagavan into the science of power manifestation. Pratyaksha Pramana, a scientific study measuring the effect of being in the enlightened state. Again, Bhagavan has given all the pramanas, the evidences for us to experience the ultimate oneness with Paramashiva. The Shastra Pramana. Shastra Pramana. Avadha. From the Spanda Karika, section 3 of Vibhuti Spanda, Sutra 3.4 and 3.5. Yatha hi artho sputo drishta
सावधानेऽपि चेतसि भूयः स्फुटतरो भाति स्वबलोद्योगभावितः तथा यत्परमार्थेन येन यत्र यथा स्थितं तत्तथा बलमाक्रम्य न चिरात् सम्प्रवर्तते.
Bhagavan Paramashiva says in Spandakarika, Vibhuti Spanda, Sutra 3.4, 3.5, indeed, just as an object which is spite of all the attentiveness of the mind, it perceived and seen indistinctly first, then it appears distinct, meaning manifest more distinctly and clearly when observed with the strength of one's visual power. Beautifully, it is given in such a deep way that how Paramashiva in you, the ultimate space in you, start manifesting. Everything becomes the space of Paramashiva, state as Paramashiva, powers of Paramashiva, being as Paramashiva, superconscious breakthrough of Paramashiva. Again and again, Bhagavan reminds us manifestation is the ultimate space that we can experience as the superconscious being. Here, Bhagavan again reiterated, doing the Hutakesha today, 24 hours till 8 o'clock, Bhagavan is fully available for each one of us. Just melting in the space of Paramashiva today, he is just flooding with the boons for us in all the social media that he says. So amazing that Bhagavan himself is sitting and manifesting through all of us throughout the night and make us experience the enlightened state, the highest possible space of how the manifestation can happen. So with that space, let's go to the Apta Pramana. Apta Pramana are the Rishis, Munis, Ganas, Nayanamars who have experienced the power manifestation. Here, Sai Baba, he materialized the Vibhuti for this person and he is giving him the Vibhuti.
Now let's go from Apta Pramana to Atma Pramana.
Atma Pramana are the experience of Bhagavan.
To accept our respects and worship and devotion. When she lands, she really lands. And the Prana Pratishtha, along with the Prana Pratishtha of Durga Devi, we also had Prana Pratishtha of Nithyanandeshwara, Nithyanandeshwari and Nithyananda in Singapore. The Singapore deities were consecrated, the Prana Pratishtha was done, and after the Prana Pratishtha, I said Kumkum and Vibhuti will materialize, and it has already started materializing on the deities. Means the Prana Pratishtha is done, the process is complete.
So beautiful. Bhagavan explains how the Prana Pratishtha happens when we manifest that Vibhuti Kumkum. Today, all of us can experience manifesting the Vibhuti Kumkum so beautifully that Bhagavan himself manifests through all of us. Just connect to Paramashiva in the ultimate space of oneness. He's sitting there and let's do the Mahavakya intensely. Bhagavan has given many Mahavakya for us to chant. Intensely chanting the Mahavakya and remembering Paramashiva in your deep space, unclutching, absolute unclutching. How Bhagavan said, the whole, if you can dream powerfully, then it is what you manifest as reality. In your dream, unconsciously, the incompletions comes as dream. Same way, Bhagavan said, if you fall into sleep, you are powerless. But if you just raise yourself beyond that and go to awakened state, you are in the deep samadhi state. The two ends that he's talking about, the sleep versus how we can experience the same deep sleep state in a deep samadhi state, and how the beautiful space of oneness can be experienced in next 24 hours because he's completely available and it's so simple to connect to him, he says. so nicely that we all can experience just by chanting his Bolenath, simply calling him, he will manifest through us, he said. So let's all together sit and chant the Mahavakya and manifest the power of materialization. Please wipe your hands, wipe everything, and keep your cameras ready so the intense energy can manifest as Kundalini, as materialization on you, or you can keep a deity on the deity. Simply, you will see the beautiful miracles just happening, superconscious breakthrough happening for all of us. Let's sit straight. Remember Paramashiva in your third eye again and again. Bring your awareness to the third eye. The lower three chakras are constantly pulling you into delusion. That you're tired, you want to sleep, you can't do this, tomorrow you have some work to do. Everything, whatever is going on, next 24 hours, let's do it for Paramashiva. Only for Paramashiva, the state, space, powers, just to experience the whole year we've been chanting the Mahavakya. Now is the beautiful day that really happens. Take us to the deepest samadhi, deepest possibility. So let's take this time to experience the ultimate. When things are aligned, it's more easy. So all that is aligned for us to experience the highest consciousness. So let's sit straight, visualize Paramashiva in a third eye. If you have Jnananjan, you can apply in your third eye and your temples. Absolute unclutching from whatever you know as this world, any identity, anything which attests you again and again. Oh, I'm doing power manifestation. Anything, no need. Just be in the space of just be available. Paramashiva is going to manifest through you. How you're going to see that manifestation happen through you. Absolutely unclutching and be in the bhava, completely in oneness with Paramashiva, the Shakti Pada that Bhagavan beautifully said. How you remember his hug or a like, or you're going to chat with him in the social media and he's going to put some answers, some likes, some smile, whatever you're going to experience. Just be in that beautiful space and take a picture and post it for him and thank Swamiji at the end. So keep your cameras rolling and let's start chanting the Mahavakya intensely. That's what Bhagavan said, intensely. When we start listening, the second part of it is listening. One is chanting, one is listening. Both our ear and mouth are going to simultaneously be working so that it becomes ajaba ajaba in your throat. Just a remembrance of the tune in your throat. Whichever you're comfortable, start with that. Now we're going to play the Mahavakya. Let's start.
Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva stir in all our third eyes. Let Amrita pour. Let the Vani open up. In all of us. Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the power in all of our third eyes. Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita force, let the one open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overthrow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Nityananda Paramashivam. Nityananda Paramashivam. Nityananda Paramashivam. Nityananda Paramashivam. Nityananda Paramashivoham. 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 In all our third eyes. Let the Amrita force, let the Vani open up. Nityananda Paramashivoham. Nityananda Paramashivoham. Nityananda Paramashivoham. Nityananda Paramashivoham. third eye, manifesting all our third eyes. Amrita pose, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Paramashivoham, Paramashivoham, Paramashivoham. Overflow, manifest the powers in all of our third eyes. Nithyananda Paramashivam. 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 Paramashivoham, Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let Amrita pose, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Paramashivoham, Paramashivoham, Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Nithyananda Paramashivam. Nithyananda Paramashivam. Nithyananda Paramashivam. Nithyananda Paramashivam. Nithyananda Paramashivam.
Beautiful. Continue in the same space. It's so intense and so powerful. If you're materialized, so beautiful. If you had any basma, any dots or gold flake, you see if you take the cell phone and take the torch on it and put it on your palm, you can see the gold flakes, little flakes appearing. Sometimes it's big enough you can see with your naked eye. Sometimes you need a light, or you see Jnananjan, Kumkum, Vibhuti, turmeric. Any of these basmas, any of the powders that is appearing, beautiful. If still nothing has appeared, do not say, I am not manifesting, I'm not having anything. Say, I am manifesting. Bhagavan is available all through the night for us to manifest the power, and simply he will manifest all the powers of Paramashiva, he said. So continuously, intensely chant and listen. Bhagavan said, chant and listen to bring you to the deep samadhi space and just manifest as reality. Continuously bring the awareness to your third eye, the manifestation center, and start chanting, manifest your life. Enough of negative words or thoughts or ideas. Anything SDHT, simply unconnect with that, absolute unclutch with that, and simply start sitting straight and chanting the Mahavakya. seeing the manifestation, experiencing manifestation, enjoying the manifestation of Paramashiva continuously today. We'll have one more cycle. Please wipe your hand and start your camera again. You can take some pictures if you have already manifested. We'll share at the end of the session. Please make sure continuously you're chanting and listening. Any other thought comes, tell very clearly. Today is a day for just leaving everything else and just chanting the Mahavakya intensely to experience Paramashiva space only. So continuously chant the Mahavakya intensely, and whatever Paramashiva wants to give you, he will just manifest through you. So let's start. Sit straight, bring the awareness to your third eye, and let's start chanting.
Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eye. Yananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's learning in all our learning. Amrita force, let the Vanya Mana manifest all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eye. Yananda Paramashivoham. 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 Paramashivoham. Nityananda Paramashivam. 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 Let Paramashiva's learning in all our burdens. Let the Amrita force, let the Nityananda Paramashivam. 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 Let Paramashiva's learning manifest in all our burdens. Let Amrita force, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third actions. Nityananda Paramashivam. Nityananda Paramashivam. Nityananda Paramashivam. Nityananda Paramashivam. Nityananda Paramashivam. Nityananda Paramashivam.
So beautiful. Now, please take a picture or the video camera that you have taken. Whatever you have received, please post it in tiny URL /Maha-manifestation. That's Kailash Kotiyar Manifestation Group. You can post it. It's in the left corner of the page. And all these experience, the powerful cognition, the power manifestation, the space you are in, just such quiet stillness, Nothing is just happening inside you, outside you. So beautifully, the whole thing is happening, but nothing is disturbing, no reaction, just so quiet. That space, Bhagavan beautifully is making us to experience the Paramashanta space. The ultimate oneness space can be experienced today. So intensely chant continuously. Bhagavan said he's available till next day, 8 o'clock. And continuously he's available on social media for all the boons, all the blessings, and everything that he's showering on all of us. And he's just Bholenath. Just intensely pray to him, sincerely start manifesting and praying. Simply you will manifest your reality. Let's thank Bhagavan for such a powerful cognition and the availability and power manifestation. Amazing possibility in all of us. Let's experience the Shivaratri. Thank you so much for participating. And make sure you share this with the world. Sharing and causing. Continuously when you contribute to the world, it multiplies and contributes into your life. Whenever you contribute anything into your world, that contributes into your life tenfold. If you are contributing, helping, caring, and more sharing all this powerful cognition and power manifestation that Bhagavan has manifested in you, more 10 times that happens into you, and you become more and more power manifester. Just by sharing these videos, you get grounded into the beautiful space of oneness, because you are celebrating the whole science of power manifestation that you have experienced. So let's thank Bhagavan. Post all this to your friends and family, tag them, and make sure they're also experiencing Mahashivaratri with Bhagavan today in the social media. With that, let's thank Bhagavan and end this session with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purna Purnamudashyate Purnasya Purnamataya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavate Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam Paduka Arpanamastu. Om Nithyanandam. Thank you so much. See you all again after the Shivaratri for the Satsangh for Power Manifestation session. Thank you, Nithyanandam.